Hello, my name is Becky Metcalfe, and on behalf of Design Centre Chelsea Harbour, a very warm welcome to Thinking Out of the Box, your guide to London Design Week 2021. This is a sneak peek. In the last few months, the world has turned upside down, but from crisis comes great creativity. Design not only reflects, but responds to the zeitgeist. And the design studios have had a creative reset. They've had time to reevaluate and consider what really matters. At Design Centre Chelsea Harbour, we believe that interiors have the power to affect our happiness. So get ready for some really wonderful patterns and colours and shapes that are going to look to a brighter future. This session is called Thinking Out of the Box, and we've created some little scenes, some little dioramas. You might know that term. It was a device used in Victorian theatres, but being stuck at home and with travel not really on the horizon, we're going to transport you to some fantasy places, to a real fantasy interiors world. Now, where would you like to go? Overlooking Ipanema Beach, a duplex apartment is big, light and airy. It's paying homage to the Brazilian designers of the 1950s and 1960s. It's really impressive. There's glass everywhere and stunning panoramic views over the city. The roof even boasts an infinity pool. The geometric concrete forms of Brazilian modernism is offset by the lush landscape of Brazil. And of course, there's lots of vibrant colour here. Rio de Janeiro is the city of the carnival. Let's take a look. This wonderful wall covering is by Black Edition. And again, it's got that geometric effect. And what about on the floor? Here's the Compass Rose rug by Top Floor by Esti. Rather pleasing in a circular shape. So Rio is a city of hills, a base surrounded by large rocky peaks. This fabric by Rubelli has houses clinging to the hillside. Well, of course, colour is king in this scheme. Look out for the Klar occasional table from Leolux. It was created in collaboration with Studio Truly Truly and the Dutch Glass Museum in Leiden. And what about overhead? Well, these little beauties are Bohemian glass and they're by Glady Lighting. They've been really interestingly hand manipulated to give a very pleasing effect. And where should one perch in this amazing duplex apartment? Well, the Madison chair from Churi. It's the perfect viewing spot to look at the views beyond. Designers are increasingly aware of the role they have to play in well-being. These days, there's never been a deeper appreciation of nature. Welcome to the Palm House. Here, we're linking the inside with the garden beyond. There are tropical plants, canopy palms, and climbers. This is a place for reading and lounging in the sunlight all year round. There's glass everywhere. Let's take a look. The open new daybed in Beechwood has a rather lovely Scandi vibe and can be found at Rested. Or try the new Tessa outdoor chair from Flexform. It's got a really nice wooden frame and hand-woven cord on the seat in the back. A new collaboration for interiors is with Atlanta-based interior designer Beth Webb. This Lyford chair was inspired by the casual cane chairs used in a Bahamas retreat. Well, in a Palm House, natural greens are important, and in this scheme, you could use things like Crescendo. It's a new tape in leaf from Fabricut, from new arrival Christian Lee, or Ferris from Travis. Or what about this pretty Santiago pattern by Clan McLaren, printed on Belgian linen? It's available at George Spencer. Now, Clan McLaren know a thing or two about year-round sunshine as they're based in Los Angeles. Pierre Frey conjures up Patio Exotique. It's a wallpaper with terracotta tiles that you might find in a conservatory mixed with a rather elegant palm frond. It's all very relaxing in this space, but elegant too. For the new collections, it might be interesting to have a look at the Alaporto swing from Etimo. So you could be sitting in your conservatory and you could be looking out with someone swinging on the swing outside. The design ethos of biophilia, meaning love of nature, has already entered the mainstream, and there's an abundant use of natural materials, like this Douglas sconce from Arterias with its thick jute. There's also a growing groundswell about sustainability. New arrival Jennifer Manners has the repurposed collection made from recycled bottles, while monomaterials is a word you'll be hearing more in product design. Textiles made from 100% of any single material is more likely to be recycled at the end of its life. Now, Kinnesand at Kradvat at Home is promoting monotypes. They're made from 100% hemp, wool, polyester and plastic bottles, and they've been very clever about not using any chemical treatments, and they've tried to use steam and tumbling instead. Many of us are spending a lot of time in our homes at the moment, thinking about why we choose to inhabit the spaces in the way that we do, what conditions do we need to be inspired, creative and productive in our work. When you think about a studio space, well, it's the same thing. And it's long captivated the public imagination. Where was Matisse as he did his cutouts? What did Frida Kahlo do in the Casa Azul? When I went to Giverny a year or two ago, I had a glimpse into the world of Claude Monet. It was really interesting. And I understand that Lucien Freud painted the walls in his studio umber to absorb any reflected light. In this studio space, we've been inspired by creativity and craftsmanship. A viola mirror from Porta Romana with hand-sculpted circular discs overlaps in plaster white. Over here, Julian Chichester's Medusa wall light is inspired by the playful colours and sinuous forms of French designer Roger. Look at that bold red gesso. And we love how strawberry wood has been sculpted so creatively in the Stefan table and chair from Paolo Moschino at Nicholas Haslam. Doesn't the high gloss look just great? On the side is some porcelain tiles by Slab Lab from Via Arcadia. They look uncannily like marble, ready to be chiseled into a sculptural piece. And on the walls, Avado by Arte. This year, Pierre Frey launched L'Eternel Été, a collection paying homage to those painters in the past who headed off to the south of France. We love this toile de ponche with its pastel colorways and impressionistic brushstrokes. And if you like a sort of arty vibe, you might like the line drawings and still life patterns from Villanova at Romo. If you like art, then Miami is for you. Sadly, Art Basel Miami Beach was cancelled this year. It's usually a mecca for gallerists and collectors and artists, and curators who make their way to the palm-studded metropolis. This is our interpretation of Miami Beach. In a stare, elitists invited contemporary artists to interpret their work on wallpaper. On the walls you can see Outside the Box by Porter Telio, two iconic designers from Kansas City. Their love of pigment is taken to a new level by richly layering inks in various stages. It's abstract expressionism for the walls. Or there's a sort of Rothko-like fabric called Panorama from Zimmerman Road. And on the floor, this is Beekman, another abstract. It's been hand printed and dyed by Le Gracieux on linen, and the pattern is by Jeffrey Bilhuber, a US interior designer. They can be seen at Tissu d'Hélène. Another horizontal bias is Ansel, a new sofa by Antonio Cicero for Flexform. We love the arms and backrest in the Oroca wooden flats. Studios, artisan workshops and factories at Design Centre Chelsea Harbour have been busy. Sepp from Collier Webb was made in its UK foundry. This is a lovely little light that can be powder coated and specified in any ALR colour. It's made in aluminium and then powder coated. From Miami Beach, let's head to Italy, to a palazzo in Umbria. Italian interiors exude sophisticated elegance. The decoration often draws from the country's rich cultural past, pairing modern and historic elements. Brunelleschi was an architect famous for the Duomo, but did you know he was a pioneer of modern perspective? This wall covering was originally painted in the 1400s, but as a bespoke piece, it has been rescaled to a tiny fit to fit our diorama, and it was made specially for us by Ixel. It really would look amazing in an Italian drawing room. Italian drawing rooms are filled with a mix of eclectic pieces. An editor's chaise from David Seyfried, a stool with bamboo legs, again from David Seyfried, a Minerb's ceramic lamp from Vaughan in purple glaze, and a really bold decorative Anthony tassel from Schumacher. Underfoot, a Mamluk carpet in silk and wool from Art Rugs Gallery. It all looks very inviting and hospitable, but elegant too. Do you just want to go out? Are you just longing to get dressed up and put on a bit of finery? Do you want to wave farewell to those tracky bottoms? Well, what you need is somewhere to get dressed up in, a dressing room, a glamorous dressing room. And we're not talking Marie Kondo here, we're talking a space that is fit for the likes of Elton John, Sophia Loren and Beyonce. This is an area for lounging, for these rooms are designed for more than just storage. It's no wonder Netflix, Tiger King, murder, mayhem and madness has enthralled viewers. There's lots of drama and feuding, but it's also seen the revival of animal prints. Schumacher will be opening its first standalone showroom in the spring of 2021. This jockeying design used on the walls is by Johnson Hartig, fashion brand Libertine. He's taken the Tibetan tiger motif and recast it as a multi-dimensional stripe on lush velvet. We used on the walls, but actually you can put it on a sofa. There are wild fabrics from Colfax and Fowler, and lots more. Watch out for these animal prints. What do you need in a dressing room? Well, you need a dressing table, and we love Mandalay from Fratto. There's some beautiful detail here, including the lovely brass handles. What are the animals? Well, there's an insect. It's the Vesper lamp. It's the Italian word for wasp, and it's a striped glass lamp from Porta Romana. These animal prints are abundant, but they're not naturalistic. They're in bright colours. And there's lots of other wildlife too, especially birds. You can see them at Manuel Canavas, and we love this lake view from Zimmerman Road with their wonderful flamingos. There's even a beautiful fabric with a feathery feel from Romo. Having got dressed up, we're heading out to a great people watching space where artists and fashionistas hang out. This is pure lounge luxe. Drinks are served from the Gins cabinet by Julian Chichester with its black and brass plates. Cocktail glasses can perch on this Dexter accent table made from a black volcanic ash composite. It's really got an extraordinary texture. And you can gather around the Decker Skyward table to meet friends. There's a real industrial chic to this diorama, and plenty of dark metallic touches too. There's a lot of metal this season. There are Ealing pendants from David Hunt Lighting, and I love this beautiful bronze floor lamp from Alexander Lamont. He's mixed it with onyx. It's extraordinary. In this scheme, Harlequin's Transverse provides the architectural backdrop with a wall covering for the Momentum collection. It's got real drama. Well, what else have we missed out this year? A key summer highlight is a festival. So welcome to a chill out zone, without the mud and the wellies of course. In a world of bland, this is the perfect antidote, a haven for devotees of intricate textiles and saturated colour. Come on, turn up the volume and let's carry on glamping. This is boho chic with a globe-trotting vibe. Take El Dorado, a heavy cloth with great texture inspired by textile heritage from the Andean mountains. It's from Andrew Martin and we put it on the floor. There's more texture from Delgado from Colfax and Madrel Velvet from Schumacher. There's also a beautiful flame stitch from their new collections from Schumacher. It was inspired by Yves Saint Laurent's Rive Gauche collection, and of course he had a great love of Morocco, so there's sort of element here. There are intricate patterns, again from Christian Lee, and we love these embroidered trims from Samuel & Sons. This is a place for cocooning with rustic tones of plaster, sienna and pink. You can add coziness with plenty of cushions and plenty of trims like these ones from Romo. There's even a low slung chair like this one from Vaughan to chill out in, and a low coffee table in a black and brass to have a mint tea. So thank you so much for joining us today. As you can see, our 120 showrooms have shown amazing agility and imagination over the last few months, and the Design Centre is committed to championing our design community and showcasing this extraordinary talent.